All right, let's continue. Let us look into some calculations involving decimal fraction, specifically conversion from decimal fraction to common fraction and vice versa. Now there's a question here. The question says convert 1/8 to what? Decimal what? Fraction. Convert 1/8 to what? Decimal what? Fraction. 1/8, is it a decimal fraction or a common fraction?
Common fraction.
So convert this to what? Decimal fraction. The rule says that to convert a common fraction to what? Decimal fraction. Just divide the numerator by the what? Denominator. Simple. So with that now we can now see here now we have 1/. We can apply a normal division, but here you must use calculator. But let me just show you. Here, okay, you can just calculate. If you calculator, let me just do it without calculator. But sometimes, subsequently, for us not to waste time, we can be using calculator. But it's good you understand how to do it without calculator in case you see yourself in a situation where there's no calculator with you. So just watch out. Watch out. Whenever we are dividing, I'm going to take you away from normal thing you have been doing from your primary school. Just watch out. Whenever you are doing division, please remember, put into consideration the base of the numbers you are working on. Which base are you working on now? Base what? Base what? Base 10 now. This is not normal number we are using on base 10. And maybe it's another base. You see base 2 here. But this is base what? Base 10. So if you are dividing in base 10, anything you are watch now, watch what I want to do now. The first thing is to do 1 divide 8. 0. Right? Yes. 0 remember what?
Remember 8.
0 what? 0 remember what? 8, right? Yes. So what are you going to do? Think. Let me know what you know. Think. 1 divided 0 remember 8. What do we do?
8 divided by 0.
Huh?
Is it 8 divided by 6?
Say what? Think. Think. Huh?
That's
1 divided by 8. 0. Remember what? Is it 8? Is it 8 that should remain? Or 1?
I remember 1.
Alright, let us not waste our time. 1 divided by 8. 0 remember what? 1. What is the base we are working on?
Base 10.
Times it by that base. 1 times 10. 10. You continue the division. It shock you? Alright, let's go. So 1 divided by 8 is what? 0. Remember what? 10. Right?
Yes.
0.
Remember 1.
1. You multiply it by the base we are working on, which is 10.
Yes.
1 times 10 is what?
10.
10.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, 10 divided by 8 is what?
10 divided by 8 will give you 1 remainder 2.
1 remainder what? 2. Right?
Yes.
1 remainder what? 2. You multiply the remainder by the base we are working on.
20.
20 divided by 8 is what?
2 remainder 4.
You multiply it by the base you're working on.
40.
40 divided by 8. 5. Hmm?
Times it again. To be 50.
You say what?
You times it again.
Are you okay?
Yes.
You're not okay.
The sun is too much.
You something like over your hair now. This nylon there, what is it? What is it doing there? So this is how 1/8 becomes what? 0.125. 0.125. Let's go back again. If you are working with, if you are dividing, yes, you did your normal long division, but for now I'm giving you something straight, no long story. If you are dividing, as this number is now 1/8. First of all, have in mind the base you are working on. The base you are working on is what? Base 10. 1 divided by 8 is what? 0. Remember what? 1. We multiply that 1 by the base we are working on. 1 times 10 is what? 10. 10 divided, you continue your division. 10 divided by 8 is what? 1. Remember what? 2. You multiply again by the base you are working on. 2 times 10 is what? 20. You continue your division. 20 divided by 8 is what?
20 divided by
8.
2 remainder
4. You write 2. That remainder is what?
4.
You multiply it by the base we are working on. It becomes what?
It becomes 40.
You continue your division. 40 divided by 8 is what?
20 divided by 8 is 4 remainder 5.
It's not true.
5 remainder.
It's not true. It's 5.
Okay, yes, it's 5.
40 divided by 8 is what?
5.
5. So 1/8 is what? 0.125. So have you not seen we converted this from what? Common what?
Common
Fraction to what? Decimal what? Fraction. We've converted this from what? Common fraction to what? Decimal what? Fraction. Okay, let's continue. Should we continue?
Yes.
Now the next question says, to convert, you cannot, you know the general rule of converting common fraction to decimal fraction. Now let's convert decimal fraction back to what? Common fraction. General rule of converting this back to common fraction is that you express the decimal fraction as a what? Ratio. Generally, remember that if you have a decimal number like this, the points, remember your place value. Are you there? The points now, under this point, you write what? 1. The place value of this now is in 1000, because this 125 will turn to 0. We have 0, 0, 0. Are you there? So what it implies is that 0.125 is insignificant. Is equal to what? 125 over what? 1000. This 1000th, 25th thousand, 125,000th, 125,000th, not thousand, thousandth. So 1 meaning 125 over 1000 over 1000. So 125,000. Now here this thing has the same value as this. So you now reduce this. Remember what I made mention of equivalent fraction. You may have a fraction whereby the numerator and the denominator, the numerator and the denominator may have different numbers, but the quotient, the value of their quotient, you know what a quotient is. this the value of division is the quotient. Their quotient will be the same, will have the same value. If you divide it, like now, here now, look at this place now. This 125 over 1000 is equivalent fraction. It's equivalent to 1/8. Even though the number in the numerator and denominator are not the same thing, but their quotient is the same thing. If you divide this thing to give you 0.125, divide this to give you 0.125, they have the same value, but different numbers are in the numerator, and so they are equivalent. So now you keep dividing these numbers until you get to the least possible fraction you can get. By least, not least by value of the quotient, but least by number of the on the numerator and the what? Denominator. Even though here now the number in the numerator here is 125 here, so this one is less than this. This is 1. Even though they have the same value, but they have different magnitude of the number there. Now let's continue. So now we can simply divide this by just saying 125. Sorry, this is not writing well. By just saying 125 over what? 1000. Let's just break it down straight without wasting time. Let's check 250. How many 250s can we find in 1000? 4 250. So this is written as 125 over what? Now these markers are not writing well. Let me get another one. It's written as what? 4 over 125 over 4 times what? 250. You said it here now that there are 4 250, so this is written as 4 times 250. We can still break it down and remember we have, or we can still break it down if you want. How many 125 can we find in 250? 2. You now have 125 over what? 4 times what? 125. 2 of us times what? 2. 125 will cancel out 25, right? So we now have what? 1 over what? 4 times what? 2, which is what? 1 over 8. Have you not seen that it's the same thing? So they are these two fractions are equivalent. Have you not seen that we are sustained in converting this decimal fraction to what? Common fraction. What type of common fraction is this? Proper fraction. Right, so we are sustained in converting what? Decimal fraction back to what? Common fraction. Now, let us talk about what? Percentage. We've talked about percentage. Let's express this as percentage. See where I am driving at. Let me clean up. I'm trying to drive at converting common fraction reversible forward or backward to what? Decimal fraction, the same front and forward and backward towards percentage. Here now we have converted, instead from common fraction 1 over 8, we converted it to what? 0.125. So what should be here? Let's talk of the what? Percentage. Remember, generally we are told if you want to just convert this, just multiply by 100%, you get the answer. Yeah. Very simple. Multiply this by 100%, you also get the same answer. Let's see. If you multiply this by 100, you have 1 over 8 times what? 100. 100 what? Percent, right? So what will happen here now? Remember the rule of something I told you about division, straightforward division without wasting time. Not this year long. It's okay, but at this level, you are using this to be fast. Now remember, 8 divide 100. How many 8s can we find in 100? As a whole number. How many 8 whole numbers how many 8 as a whole number can we find in 100? 80 alone will give us, okay, we have 12 8. So that means we have 12 remainder. Because we are done with whole number now, so decimal point will come in. Other thing from here now is fraction, true or false? So decimal point will come. So what remember? What 12 remainder was?
Remainder 6.
Is it 6?
4.
4 because it's 96. So now remember we are working on base what?
Base 10.
Base 10. So you multiply that remainder times the base. 4. The remainder is what? 4. The base is what? 10. 4 times 10 is what? 40. So 40 divided by 8 is what?
40 is 5.
5. 12.5 what? Percent. So if you multiply this by 100, it will give you 12.5%. Let us to multiply 0.1. It will be something. 0.125 times 100. Remember, this is the sentence as what? This is not insignificant, right? The sentence as 125 over what?
1,000.
Times what? 100%. 20 will cancel 20 here. What remains is what? 125 over 10. Divide 10. Use 10 to divide 125. It will move this 0 here will move the decimal point from here to here. And cancel this 0. It becomes what? 12.5. True or false? 12.5. So this and this, if you put them as percentage, you get what? 12.5%. As you can see now, we are shortening do what? Converting 1.1/8, which is common fraction, to decimal fraction, 0.125, to what? Percentage. If you like, you can this convert this from here to here. From here to what? Here. So this was, but there's something I want to prove to you. You know. I like looking at things from the first principle. We know that we multiply, but how do we know that we should multiply by 100% and get this? That's what I want to show now. Can I clean here?
Yes.
Right. That's what I want to show now. Now, in that regard, remember what I told you before. If you want to convert 1/8 to percent, what will happen now is this. Remember, this 1/8. This is written as what? 1 per what? 8. But we want to see it in per 100 because per 100 is per what? Cent. So what do? We try to do everything now to get 100 here. That means we keep adjusting. That means this one will be changing too for us to get 100. True or false? So what do? Let's go to 4 first. If we put this to 4, this will give us what? This is the same as how many 4s can we find in 8? 2. Okay? We can find 2 4s in. So if we are to make this place to be 4, that means we divide by 2. Okay, so that means this half. We divide this by 2. That means we have to divide. Remember what I told you about equivalent fraction. We divide both the numerator for us to get 4 here. We divide both the numerator by what? By what? 2. Yes. So if we divide both the numerator and the denominator, for us to get 4 here, sorry, let me put up this book. Now, for us to get 4 here, for this to turn to 4, we divide both the numerator and the denominator by what? 4 by 2, and it's also equivalent to what? Fraction. True or false? So this divided by 2 will give us what? Half. Oh yeah. All over what? This divided by 2 will give us what? 4. We've gotten half over what? 4. True or false? Good. Now what can we do to this thing again to turn it to 100? We multiply by what?
Multiply it by what can
We do to this 4. Multiply it by what? 25. I mean, let's see how the beauty of equivalent fraction. You can get what you want. You want to convert this to 100. So you will multiply both the numerator and the denominator by what? 25. So this gives us what? Multiply this by 25. It will give you what?
25 times
25 times what? Half. True or false? All over what?
100.
4 times what?
100.
25. Calm down. Right? We are multiplying both note and note by 25. Multiplying 25 by half to give you what?
So give me 12.5.
12 point what? 5. This multiplied by 25 give us what? 100. So we have gotten 12.5 over 100. So this is now 12.5 over 100 is taken as what? 12.5 per 100. Which is taken as what? 12.5 per cent. Which is not taken as what? A symbol. Does it make sense? Have you not seen how I converted this from 1 over 8 to 12.5%? This is the meaning of that thing they tell you multiply by 100% straight. This is where they did it at this point. It not even appear here, sir, but it's step by step. They just summarize everything and told you to just multiply it by what? 100%. So that is, we have succeeded in doing what? Knowing how to convert common fraction to decimal fraction to percentage. Thank you for watching our online lectures. For lecture updates, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. The name is Susan Limited. Just click on the red button and click on the bell by the side so that you'll be among the first people to receive notification whenever we upload a new video. Please like and follow us on Facebook. The name is Susan Limited. If you have any question, please connect with us on WhatsApp. These are WhatsApp numbers. Please visit our website. The address is susanlimited.com. You have a lot to learn. Please share this video, like and comment. Thank you for your support. God bless you.
Admission. 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 Dear ladies and gentlemen, I bring good news. Admission into the diocese on the Niger School of Pharmacy Technician EENU Mission Hospital is on. The School of Pharmacy Technician (PhD) is an accredited tertiary institution that offers students a diploma degree to work in hospitals and pharmaceutical companies in order to promote safe and effective use of medicines at grassroots level. Graduates of Pharmacy Technician School EENU who wish to study pharmacy in the university can obtain direct entry into any university of their choice. The school has a well-equipped laboratory, comfortable hostel, and a healthy refectory. The requirements for admission are credit in English, mathematics, biology, chemistry and physics. In GCE, WAEC, NECO, NABTEB are not more than 2 sittings. The School of Pharmacy Technician (PhD) is located at EENU Mission Hospital, Agidi, Anambra State. For more information, call 0803 708 1512, 0813 868 2003, 0803 267 5322. Diocese on the Niger School of Pharmacy Technician. A tradition of excellence.